Hello and welcome to my review of the War for Cybertron Siege Ironhide. Here is the box. Take a look at this real quick, as if anyone really cares about it. I mean, there you go. No one cares. Here's the figure. I have the weapons stored on the back. Very easy weapon storage. There are several ways to do it. You got that tab and post right there. And there's also this right here, which is actually the handle for the weapon. It's on his back. And then you can plug it into his arm. You can have it look like he is carrying it like that. Or you can pull this like that and put it in his hand. Make it look like he's holding a rocket hammer. Articulation wise, he is fairly articulate. His arms can move out that far, elbow bend, bicep swivel. Sits on a ball joint, look up a little bit, down a little bit, oh, down a lot if you unhook the tab. Waist rotation, forward movement that far, backward that far, little over 90 degrees of bend at the knee. His foot moves, ankle tilt, and his hands are on a swivel. Here he is with Voyager class Ratchet, Masterpiece movie Ironhide, and Combiner Wars Brawl. Until my Combiner Wars figures get in, Ironhide's gonna have to share space with this wasted piece of shit. He is a nice homage to the original figure. He's nice and blocky, and you'll even see that more when we get into the vehicle mode. He's got a very nice head sculpt for what it costs, but which is about $20-30. There's a lot of silver inside the, I guess you call it cockpit area, and his back and his forearms are hollow. His legs are hollow as well, but you're not going to see that because it's all covered up. And he's got the battle damage toes that all the Siege figures have for some reason. I mean, it's just on his toes though, nowhere else. Out of the way, I guess we'll get on to transformation. And while we're at this point, we'll talk about these hinges. Yes, these are very easy to come off. I put some Gorilla Glue in between them, and there is a reason for why they do bend, and that's because no matter how you put the legs, this is never going to line up with, or this tab with this slot, because it's always going to need to bend down a little bit. And they could have easily fixed that. I think it's stupid the way they did it. Just make an angled hinge, right? Alright. So here he is in vehicle mode. So as you can see, the vehicle mode is very nice as well. Looks a lot like the G1 character, Ironhide. You can see his head sticking out, as well as his biceps, and those are obviously his feet. Nothing really going on the bottom, and this is obviously based off of a Cybertronian vehicle. And you can store the weapon in vehicle mode. You got these tabs on the, not tabs, slots. You can tab on the front of the top of the car. And these are actually hexagons, and two of the angles on this post are actually flat. It's kind of hard to tell. And basically, so if you want to plug it in the back, most of the time it's going to sit at an angle like that. It kind of just notches itself into place there. And you can get it in the middle, but you kind of just touch it wrong and it'll knock itself out of place. What I like to do is open these up, and you see that slot in there. Nice compact way to store the weapon, not the usual on the top of the vehicle stuff, and I like that. But you can't see his hands, and there's a gap, but I don't really care. Cybertronian vehicle, I don't really care about that stuff. And here he is with Voyager Ratchet and Combiner Wars Brawl. These two become the same height in both robot mode and vehicle mode, but I do not want to transform Ironhide again due to the fact that he takes about 20 minutes to do perfectly. Overall, this guy is a quite nice figure. You know, it's cheap. It's not supposed to be anything like a masterpiece toy, and you know, it's pretty good for what you get. So, highly recommend it. 20 bucks. Sure, go ahead. Anyway, this has been my review, and thank you for watching.